Okay, good morning. Stocks go up, stocks go down. Uh, I'm still struggling, but I will get better. How about that yesterday, Goldman Sachs? How about that yesterday, Goldman Sachs? 50 cents to $15. We sold them at 3, but we rolled up. So think about this. This is very interesting. This is the power of leverage. So we bought 300 of them at 50 cents. 300 at 50 cents. Sold them at $3. So 90 grand, 50 grand, 15 grand to 90 grand. But immediately before we sold those, we bought the one for 380s at 66 cents, bought 300 of those. So we sell those, we buy the other ones, you put in 20 grand after you made 75, so you only put in 20. And then you sold those at 2, so you made another 30 grand. But before you sold those, you bought the 85s at $1. You bought 300 of those, but you put 30 in there, and they doubled. And you sold those, and you rolled up again. So you end up making 172 grand, still have a position. But if you'd held the first one, they went to 15. 15 times 3 is 450. It's 450 grand from 15 grand. But you still made 172, but you took risk off, right? Because you banked 75 and you took 20 back in. So you had made 55 grand with no risk. See, that's Sam's method. That's what Sam says is trading. That's how you make the bigger trade. That's how you get better. Meanwhile, SMCI is flying. We sold that one. The one we screwed up yesterday was Lam Research. We did okay. We sold the 750s at a double. We sold the 770s at a double, and they just kept going. I mean, we sold the 750s at 6. We bought them at 2. They went to 6. Then they went to 20. And they're going to open at 30 today. I mean, Lam Research looks like they're squeezing it because it's not just Lam Research. You look at KLA, and it's flying. You look at ASML, it's flying, and AMAT's flying. This Lam Research could be 820 really fast. Really fast. Okay? So chips are in play. NVIDIA, not today. Does it go Monday? Maybe. Let's see. Maybe it can go later. Uber, remember in the last 10 minutes they have to buy this. So that can go. It's trying to run. Alta trying to take out 500. If it does, 509. SMCI 303 is a big number. If it gets through, it could really, really take off. How about it? SMCI, I need to talk about this because I got a message the other day said, Sam, I'm bleeding. It's funny. We bought them at $1.20, and at 90 cents, it's bleeding. Okay? And I'm just telling you, I'm trying to make people better. The only way you become better if you're playing options is you truly believe expect zero. There's no such thing as bleeding. If you go to Vegas and you put $25 on a blackjack hand and you lose 2 hands in a row, if you say, oh my God, I'm bleeding, you're going to get worse. Because the next time you get a 14 or a 13 versus, I don't know, a 12, you're probably going to draw a card when you shouldn't. You just are. You will play different. But if you expect zero, you don't play different. But SMCI, so you're bleeding, and then goes to 70 cents. Okay, who cares? It's $1 position. If you bought less, you bought one contract, you don't care. Well, the comment was, doesn't matter. Even if you buy less, you're still bleeding. See, I don't believe that. I believe that that's a mentality that till you get over that mentality, it's very hard to win and make money. Okay? So meanwhile, this SMCI goes to 8 yesterday. So they were 1, then they were 70 cents, and then they're $8. Today, if it takes out 300, they're going to go to $15. I'm telling you, this is trading. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. But if you don't believe the expect zero, you're going to do the wrong thing. You just are. You just are. And it's proven fact over and over and over again. Let me tell you something that happened to me many, many years ago. And I told you the story about 9/11, and that's where expect zero came from. But here's another thing. So way back when, 92, 93, when I'm taking out money on credit cards, $5,000 on a credit card, I buy something, let's say I bought, back then Sam would buy, get stupid and buy way too many, right? And he buys something and say at $1, and Sam's only got maybe $15,000 in his account. He buys something for $1.20, and he buys 100 contracts, okay, at $1.20. So he's got only $3,000 left in the account, and it's hard to get leverage, right? So it goes down to 10 cents on that Friday, and I remember this. This was Netscape. Netscape, right? It was at 75. I had the 75 calls, and it was at 71. And with 2 hours to go, they were 5 cents. So Sam says 10 contract, that's $50. Sam wants to save his $50. It gets news and goes up like 12. So it went to $100,000. Sam took $50. Sam took $50. I beat myself up for a year on that. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Am I a complete idiot? I deserve to get whacked. I deserve to feel like shit. I deserve to be called whatever you want to call me. I took $50 because first, now, I hadn't come up with expect zero yet, but I want to save $50. Why are you even playing that much money? And that's the lesson. And that's why expect zero works. And that's why you don't buy something and go take 50 cents or $50 for it on the last day. Think about all the people that bought Lulu calls, and it went down, and the 370s last week, 470s, went to 5 cents and then went to $15. It happens. Remember, somebody had to sell those at 5 cents. Okay? So don't do that. The logic around not doing that is you may save $50, 15 times you saved your $15, $50. And then one time it's going to go up huge and you're going to cry and whine. I'm telling you. The same thing with this expect zero and the same thing with SMCI. SMCI, when it moves, it moves. Tesla. We bought Tesla yesterday, sold it for $2 up, and then rebought them, the next one, but we only put in less. We only put in 10. But use my Goldman Sachs example. You bought it at 50 cents, you sold it at 3. Now, I could have held it, but what if it would have went to 2? Then I said, oh, shit. Then I would have said, I'm going to wait for 3, and what if it would have went to 1? That's why I sold it at 3 and immediately bought the next one. But if you make 55, or let's say you take a zero off that. So instead of making 75, you make $7,000. Okay, so you put $2,000 back in. So you're still up 5. That's it, okay? Today, AMD's got an upgrade. I don't know if it goes, but if this takes out 192 and they buy chips, and I think they're going to buy chips, but you're going to get tremendous volume in the first 5 minutes. And the last 5 or 10 minutes of the day, you may get a $10 billion to buy or $10 billion to sell, and the SPX move 50. Either way, can't tell you what. Okay? Interesting. Lily, we keep telling you. I keep getting messages on Lily. Sam, when's Lily ready? I think Lily is not going to be ready till it gets approved with a formulary for insurance. And that may be 3 months or maybe a year. I don't know. Okay? From what I'm hearing, and I actually went to the doctor the other day too, my diabetes doctor, and I asked about it. She said, I'm getting trouble getting it approved. I said, but it's for diabetes. She goes, yes, but they're telling us to put you on something else. Isn't that interesting? So just understand that. Doesn't matter if they're sold out. It's up there. Okay, one other thing on AMD. Let me tell you, this is very possible to happen in the next week, maybe 2 weeks, that somebody is going to come out and say AMD is sold out. If AMD is sold out, it's going to be 160, maybe 170, maybe 180. It's going to have an NVIDIA-like move. If the news doesn't come, it's not going to happen. Somebody's going to shoot me a message. Sam, no AMD news. I didn't say it was going to come. I said it's very possible it could come. Okay? Interesting. So that's what we know. Okay, hope you like the story. Okay, good morning, everybody. 12:15, middle of the month. Christmas in 10 days. If you didn't order stuff, you can go order a bench, put it outside, bed for the garage. If you forgot to buy anything for wifey, you're going to get in trouble. Don't do that. We've had a great year. Buy people stuff really, really nice. Enjoy yourself. Okay? And let's see what happens today. Big day. And as I've said yesterday, and I said it over and over again, you only get a pivot once a decade. Let's say he starts going down, and in 2 years, 3 years, he has to start raising again. Okay. So maybe he raises for 2 years. So now you get another pivot, but that's 5 years from now. This doesn't happen often. Okay? Fidelity does allow buying stuff. You have to sign an agreement and do not exercise. Now, they're going to tell you they don't, but you have to do that, and you have to have a bigger account. So just know that. Okay? So interesting. It's saying Fidelity doesn't allow buying options on expiration. They do, but you need a bigger account. Okay? So that's what we know. So that's a problem with Uber, too. Because if you have Uber and you have a small account, they're going to sell you out. But you can do this. You can call them and say, put a do not exercise on that position and don't sell you out, and you will take the responsibility and you will close it. If you do that, they won't close you out. They'll let it run till it's absolutely done. But if it expires in the money by $2, you get zero. They won't do anything. Okay, they won't exercise it. So you get screwed. If your computer breaks down and you got to relog in and it doesn't work, you're done. You lose that money. Okay, so just understand that. Okay, SPX, technically 47.52, 47.81. Okay, I actually think we're going to go rip right through 4,800 next week and straight up. Okay, downside 46.52. Let me tell you, here's the funny part. There are people on Twitter, I can find you 500 tweets from people that have more followers than me that said, Powell said higher for longer and we're not cutting rates. I'm confused. How do people that have 500,000 followers posting stuff like, I don't know what you guys are smoking, Powell didn't say he's cutting rates. What are they listening to? This is why people get butchered. Butchered. I'm not saying lose money. I mean butchered. Avago, up 200. Just unbelievable week. Up 200. 1132 underneath 1071. NVIDIA, 494. 494, 472. Adobe, avoid. Guys, don't force trades. The SAM do not touch for 4 to 6 weeks works. Okay? Lam Research, 776, 791. Lilly, 603, 603, 603. Snowman, 202, 206. still trying, guys. Trying to do my best. Okay. AMD. This has got this upgrade to 160, but this is very interesting. Analysts are just not like me. Think about if I'm an analyst for AMD. Here's the first thing I say. Okay, maybe I like AMD, maybe I don't. But I say, is the shipping date for AMD chips, have they gone up? Like you can go see if a Cybertruck you're going to get this week or next week or 2 weeks or 2 years. What's going on with the AMD chips? Somebody's going to say they're sold out. If they're sold out, this thing is gone. Now I'm not saying that it's sold out. I'm just saying if it's sold out, it's gone. Okay? Netflix. 476, 481. Goldman Sachs, 387, 392. Boeing, breakout, 157, 657, 662. UPSD, 4649. Alta, 500, 509. Afram, 4852. Coin, 157. SMCI, 300, 303, 316. Microsoft, 372. NOW, 714 Beast. Tesla, 256. Caterpillar, 292. Empire State, big miss. Oh, that's bullish. The more they miss, the faster the cut. What a week, guys. What a week. What a week. What a week. Buy your Christmas presents. Everybody have a great trade day. See you in chat.